Okay, good afternoon, folks. I'd like to call me to order, please. Will you stand up and recite the pledge, please? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, approval of minutes. I'm going to continue that motion until next meeting. So March 5th, 2024, minutes will be continued.
Can't hear you very good.
You're gonna have to move up, we have no sound system from the storm, so if you can't hear, you're gonna have to move up, he'll talk as loud as he can, but, sorry,
Yeah.
he's got a soft voice.
I'm sorry, I should have said that. I will try to scream loud. Yes. Hopefully no more storms, huh?
Hopefully.
You see all the trees and branches down? How about that? Can you hear me now?
That's better.
I'm sorry, I speak soft, so. Is it better?
It's better.
Okay, if not, holler. Okay. From the, I will not approve the minutes. We will continue the minutes of March 5th, 2024.
Okay.
The next meeting. Any other correspondence at this time?
Yes, case number DB-2024-33, Bruce Brennan in care of Adam Gordon will not be heard due to the mailing, error in the mailing, so that will be heard at the next meeting.
Which was that? What case?
It's DB-0224-33. So that's going to be continued. There was an error with mailing out the notices.
Okay.
So they can be remailed.
Okay. And then the first case, a continued case, DB-2024-67, will be continued to the next meeting.
Correct. For Todd Lee, his attorney requested to continue the next meeting.
Okay. The other cases are public hearings, so bear with me as I read the rules of conduct. At public hearing before the board, the petitioner or proponent shall first present the facts and arguments in support of the case. Those who oppose the petitioner shall follow. The petitioner shall have rebuttal time at the conclusion of those opposing the petition. Those opposed shall then be allowed a total maximum of 10 minutes to rebut any new statement by the petitioner in this rebuttal. It shall be within the discretion of the board to impose any time limitation on either the petitioner or respondent, and to limit public comment to those determined by state statute to be the interested parties. Written remonstrance shall be accepted by the board, but need not to be read into the board's record. This then concludes a public hearing. To maintain orderly procedures, each side shall proceed without interruptions by others. All material presented by the petitioner and or remonstrators or supporters to the petition, including photographs, shall become property of the board and part of the record. Okay, with that, the first case is DB-2024-31. Applicant is Robert and Carol Cardin. Location is 979 South Bond Bridge Road, Couts, Indiana. Zoning is A1. Acreage 1.85. Request to allow an increase in maximum square footage and decrease in rear yard setback from required 15 feet to 11 feet for a proposed 30 by 24 addition to existing accessory structure.
Correct.
State your name and address
And the reason why you need this variance.
My name is Carol Cardin. My address is 979 South Bond Bridge Road, Couts, Indiana. I'm the owner of the property along with my husband, back there. And we are looking for this addition just to have additional personal storage space on our site. We currently have 2 acres of property right now, and we have a 15 rear yard setback. With this addition, we're asking to change it to an 11-foot setback to make the garage deep enough to store the things we need to store without leaving them outside.
It's a public hearing, so I have to ask the public. Anybody want to speak in favor of this case? In favor? Seeing none, you may speak. In favor?
Yeah.
You would need to come up here and state your name and address,
Yeah.
or state your name and address for the record.
Okay, yeah, it has on record, you have to come up and state, okay. Does anybody want to speak against or have any questions? Seeing none, I'm going to close the public hearing. And what would it be used for?
Just for storage,
Okay, just for storage, personal.
personal storage.
Okay, you cannot use it for business?
No.
No. Did she have to sign a document? Yeah.
Yeah, saying that it will be used for, a business or living quarters.
Correct.
Okay, you're aware of that? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. It's not for a bathroom or nothing like that?
No, just open storage.
Well, thanks for staking out, you had it staked out.
Yes.
Perfect.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, no, I was there, yeah, I was there. So, with that, I'd like to approve case 9B-2024-31. It's approved with stipulation you sign the documents.
All right,
You're
thank you very
approved.
much.
Thank you.
Free to go?
Yep,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you. Case DB-2024-32, applicant John F. Steele Jr., location between 510 and 520 East Burdick Road, Chesterton, Indiana. Zone is RR, rural residential. Acreage 1.99. Request to allow increase to allow an existing accessory structure remain on parcel without a primary structure.
Hi, good afternoon. Yes,
State your name.
John Steele,
Yeah.
520 East Burdick Road, Chesterton, Indiana,
Okay, state reason.
46304.
Okay, state reason.
Reason is the variance to have the structure that's there now, prior to the primary residence, to have electrical ran to it now, so we can use it for doing the things that we need to do prior to the primary residence.
What's it going to be used for?
Supplies, just using it for like an outbuilding.
So
Have the
public-
RV, we'll probably have the RV up by it for electrical, have electrical for our RV on the side of the building.
All right, it's a public hearing. Anybody want to speak in favor of this case? No one signed in. Anybody want to speak against or have any questions? All right, seeing none, at the close of the public hearing. I understand this was constructed without a building permit.
Yes, sir.
How that happened?
I'll say my ignorance, it was a building that I purchased, it was delivered, it wasn't stick-built, construction, so it was delivered, I didn't think, sitting on the ground, it's movable, I didn't even think of that, being outside city limits. I'm not in the town of Chesterton, I'm unincorporated Chesterton, and I didn't even think I needed a building permit per se, my misunderstanding.
Now, there's rules. You're going to have to building permit.
No, I understand.
Get approval. What type of construction is it?
Excuse me?
What type of construction is it?
It's one of the Yoder homes that they build, you see on the roads, that they just pick up on the
Prefab?
trailer, yeah, and they just dump it on your property, you just put a pad there.
Oh, there's right, there's a concrete pad.
No, sir,
What?
gravel, crushed gravel,
But you got posts in the ground? Or
no, sir.
it's just float, it's a float?
No, actually, there's cinder blocks put down in the ground about 12 inches, and then packed about 6 inches of pad. That's what the guy told us would be sufficient for just what we're using it for.
Who installed it?
Yoder, was it Yoder? Sorry. David, I can't remember their name, but it's like the Yoder building.
But they should have known.
Excuse me?
They should have known about the permit. If it was Yoder, they have done work in the county.
It wasn't Yoder, they're not in this town,
Who were they?
they're south, I'm trying to think of the...
Clary?
No, it's David, it's something Sheds.
Okay.
Oh, Cross Creek.
Cross.
It's Cross Creek Sheds, Creekside Sheds. They're in southern Indiana, probably about 2 hours away, I think. We were
The
just,
building commissioner came out and inspected that for approval?
so what it is, I had an electrician come and get it ready, all prepped for electrical, and have NIPSCO come and run the electric. when the building inspector says, do I have a building permit? I told him no. He said, we can't run electric till you have the building permit approved, and then we'll run the electric, then you can get the electric.
See, I don't know all the regulations until the building department will know. Can you install temporary, install electric in temporary building?
There's no electric yet.
We weren't.
It's prep.
Yeah.
Correct.
When
The
do you plan on
the
building?
building commission, the building
Yeah.
association is not good. They have to approve
Yeah.
NIPSCO. NIPSCO won't do the work without
Hey, you
approval.
got their permit. You
Right,
don't
they
have
have the
permit.
permit, yes.
Okay. But what I'm saying, I'm not clear, can you install electric on a temporary skid, I call skid building, that building could be removed or slid open, is that correct?
Well, I mean, it probably weighs about 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 pounds or whatever. I mean, you'd have to lift it up with a forklift or something,
Right,
bring it up.
you can lift it up.
It just won't move.
Okay, I understand you had an option to combine the properties, so you wouldn't have this issue. If you combine your parcel into one, you won't have this issue.
Well, the thing is, we didn't want to combine the properties because that's a separate pin. It's not part of my property.
Are you planning on putting a primary structure or house on that
Yes.
property? How long?
When we're doing it,
Yeah,
we gotta get the plans and get going.
like years, like
Um,
a couple years, or
yeah,
do like
maybe a
5
couple
years,
years.
10 years?
At least a couple years.
At least two.
3.
I'm sorry, can you state your name for the record?
Judy
No, it's fine.
Steele. Judy Steele,
Thank you.
White.
Just because we're having these minutes typed up, and we need it for the record.
So you're gonna construct a house?
Well, like the town, the Laporte homes, we were thinking about doing something like a Laporte home that they bring out and set on the property as well, with the foundation, of course, no basement.
And that'd be done in what, 2 or 3 years?
Yes.
Well, two things. I'm gonna continue this. You're gonna have it inspected by our inspector. Okay? It's all inspected. Yes, inspected for approval. And then I need some type of documents and work with staff that you will construct a home on this property within 63 years. If not, the county can make you remove this. It was constructed without permit. So unless you combine the two parcels, then the issue's gone.
Right.
So this is unusual. I guess, why did you construct it there and not on your main property? Because you have plans to build a house?
The setting, I like where it sets, and, you know, our son, that was part of it, maybe, you know, as we get older and stuff, you know, just to have, you know, family. If our son ever wanted to come and live there, he could, you know.
So anyway, this document probably going to state you have to construct a house. You said 2 years, I'm giving you 3. Okay. And after 3 years, if it's not constructed, it has to be moved. Okay, but it has to be inspected first.
Okay.
She's without permit. And it has to pass inspection. If the building inspector don't pass it, we got another problem. So,
So you want to continue it
yeah,
until next meeting?
I'm gonna
Okay.
continue case DB-2024-32 to the next meeting with those stipulations. Any questions, you understand? Okay, so first thing, you need an inspection by a building inspector. Okay, and then you gotta get a document saying that you will construct the house within 3 years, or you have to remove the shed or the pole barn.
You want a commitment letter?
Yes.
Well,
commitment letter.
the other thing, if I could speak real quick, initially, you know, let me go back to that I left out. When we initially put the building there too, my thoughts were to do solar. I was even gonna do solar on my house, you know, on our home now. So if I did, solar right now for that building, just to have the outlets or whatever, would I still need to, you know, if something happened down the road, would that be a problem with solar? Because I'm not having NIPSCO run electric?
You need to talk to the building commissioner.
Okay.
He still has to inspect the building.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ensure
no,
it's
that's
safe.
fine.
Ensure it's constructed properly. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Let's continue to next meeting.
I'll contact you with the meeting date.
Okay.
All right, well, so you have a question, sir?
Yes, I have a question. I may be wrong, but my
Okay,
understanding
state your name and address.
Ronald Tarnowski, 510 East, 1200 North.
Yes.
My understanding back there in that whole area, there's no leeway or anything for modular type buildings. Everything has to be stick built. And there's even covenants and stuff on type of siding and stuff you can use, the size of the homes and stuff. So where does this fit in?
Well.
As far as, maintaining property values for everybody around there.
Yeah.
Do you have a covenant
Is there a covenant?
on your property? There's no covenants on his property. We have codes he's got to abide by, and if he doesn't abide by our codes for that zoning district, he'll be back in front of us for,
Well, that's what I meant,
Yeah.
zoning or whatever.
yeah. He'd have to meet our
Started out
codes.
saying I wasn't clear on the issues and stuff like that, so maybe we get some clarification on it.
Yeah. There's no general covenants. You can have, I'm gonna call it, I guess sheds versus a pole barn.
Yes.
Okay. You can relocate those. Okay. They can't put those in with the proper permit. Okay. They can do that.
Is there any kind of, is this gonna be in the back, behind the house?
It's there already. Okay. Public hearing's closed. So, any other questions? Okay. So anyways, continue.
You can come to our office and look at the file if you want to look at the file to see where it's located.
After the meeting?
No, I'll still have it here. It would be like tomorrow or something.
But unless there's covenants in that subdivision, I don't think it's subdivision, but that would be different if the property is covered by covenants. I don't know if it is or not.
But he still has to meet county codes, and that's why we're here. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, John.
Thanks.
Good luck. So, okay. In this case, DB-2024-34, applicant is Gary Torkinson, care of Walsco with Davies and Associates. Project is Torkinson minor subdivision, 4 lots, location is 214 South State Road 2, Valparaiso. Zoning RR, acreage is 27.498. Request to allow for proposed 4-lot minor subdivision to vary from the following. First, to exceed a maximum width to depth ratio of 1 to 4. Second, to exceed the maximum allowable driveways for a minor subdivision. Lastly, to allow a reduction in minimum front setback for existing residential construction.
I am Bill Davies with Davies Land Surveying in Chesterton. This is Mr. Gary Torkelson. Address of the property is going to be 214 South State Road 2, about 27 acres at the northeast corner of State Road 2 and County Road 450 West. There's an existing dwelling on Lot 1, which is right at the corner. It has 2 existing driveways. One is on State Road 2. Another one is off of County Road 450 West. Lot 2 is going to be to the north, about 3.5 acres. That will share the driveway that exists with Lot 1. Lots 3 and 4 will also share a driveway. Lot 4 is about 9.7 acres, Lot 3 about 8.3 acres, give or take, Lot 2 about 1.9 acres. None of the other lots will be allowed access off to State Road 2. We always put the no access easements on anything like that. There will only be the driveway shown on the subdivision plat. As far as the variances are concerned, the maximum width to depth ratio, number of allowable driveways, I'm assuming that includes the one on State Road 2. Is that why this was flagged, or?
For what?
I'm questioning the second item, the allowable number of driveways.
Right,
Okay,
it's
because of the
2.
existing one on State Road 2.
Right, you're only allowed 2, and what do you want? Does he want one for each lot?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the...
Or a minor, I'm sorry, or a minor.
Right. And then for the minimum setback, that is because there's an existing structure that is about 15 feet, I guess, give or take. Oh. Yeah, I can't really tell exactly what that is. Looks like 100 and... Oh, and that's going to the property
There's a
line.
house that encroaches on the front yard setback.
Right into
the
that
corner
front
of it.
setback.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what that encroachment is. It doesn't look like it's a lot. 20 feet or something.
Right, yeah, but it's, and it's the house, it's not
It is
like
the
a-
existing house, it's
it's
not
not a
accessory structure or anything, it is the house, correct?
Okay, so public hearing, anybody want to speak in favor of this case? In favor?
I just have a question.
Yes, state your name. Yes.
Tom Gatesman, 260-2 South State Road 2. Will you be eliminating the driveway on State Road 2 then?
Ask all your questions to us, and then we'll write them down,
Okay.
and then they'll rebut all the questions at one time.
Okay, I'd just like to know if they're going to eliminate the driveway on State Road 2, because I have property across from it. I'm just curious.
That's all you have.
Yeah, just that driveway issue.
Anybody else have any questions? Yes, sir. State your name.
My name is Tom Hartman. You want address too?
Yes,
Yes.
address.
148 South, State Road 2, Valpo. The question is, I own the farmland on two sides of him, and on the north side of his property, there's a 40-acre piece, and water comes across that 40 onto him, and I see they've got a drainage easement in the print, but it doesn't come all the way up to the property line. And I would kind of like to see it come up, make sure it's a drainage easement all the way to the property line, so somebody don't come in there and try to block that water, since that is the actual flow, the natural flow of the water.
Yeah, I'm looking at the print right now, and I see what you're saying.
It wouldn't take much more, I mean,
No.
it's like maybe 160 foot short of the property line.
Okay. Any other questions?
I think that should do it.
Okay. All right, anybody else? I'm going to turn over back to Mr. Davies.
Do you have any issue with that drainage easement? No. So, yeah, we don't have an issue with that drainage easement being extended to the north line. Be happy to take care of that for you.
So
Do you ever have standing water?
Okay. You going to send?
That's the one that goes underneath Route 2, correct?
That's correct.
Ultimately.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you're going to extend it to the property line?
To the north.
Yeah. To the
Correct, to
property.
the north.
That
correct.
should be easement there, 'cause that's,
Yeah.
Yeah, we have no problem with that. And then I'm assuming you're going to want to keep that driveway or...
Yes, yes.
We would like to keep the driveway on State Road too.
Okay. That'd be across from this right away.
Correct.
Yeah, that's there now.
All right. Well, so I understand there's driveway down,
Yes.
right?
The driveway when I bought it, yeah. I had to replace the culvert because there was water moving up there. I worked with the state and replaced that other culvert, so it's all brand new.
Okay. All right, anybody else in the public? I'm going to close the public hearing. So you're going to have that driveway going to remain? Are you going to have another driveway on two? Or just that
No,
driveway?
just that.
Okay, just that. And you're going to have one?
Okay, I misspoke. I apologize for that.
Yeah,
We show it. There's no existing driveway right here, sir?
there is. That's not Route 2, that's 4, well, it's one on 450.
450.
So you're going to
It
have
will
two
be split.
so I understand you're going to keep the remaining one, existing one, on Route 2.
Yes.
You're going to install an additional one on 450.
Now, it's already existing.
There's an existing driveway on 450
Okay.
already, and
All right,
Lot 2 would tie into that
Okay,
existing driveway.
Okay, can you come up here, where's that at?
That's going to be along the common property line between lots 1 and 2,
Oh, okay.
just north of where it says metal garage. And I apologize for there's a lot on this drawing. I apologize
I'm
for
looking
that.
here, I don't, maybe I'm missing it, but I don't see it. Here, it's an easement there.
That easement will be the driveway.
Okay, so I don't see it saying.
For lot one and lot two.
Easement will be the driveway. How many feet away is that from the intersection? How many feet from the intersection?
How many feet from the intersection? Well, at least 350 or something from the intersection on State Road 2. I mean, we've got a...
312.
Yeah, 312 feet for the property line, then there's a 30-foot wide, 30-foot radius in there, and then another... Physically, it's probably quite a bit. I don't have a
It's
scale.
quite, okay, if it's 300, it's not good.
Yeah, more than 300.
And the existing driveway is about the same, or?
I would say the existing driveway on State Road 2 is probably 250
Yeah.
feet away, just give or take. I wish I had a scale on it.
Yeah, I see, I was there, I seen that, okay. So the new ones will come out here. Between 1 and 2, yeah.
Oh, I see.
No, that's straight two, no, I think we carry.
Okay.
I think we carry. So I can understand it. The request is to exceed the number of allowable driveways for a minor subdivision.
So you're allowed 2 driveways.
So that's all he's gonna have. Right? You're gonna have only 2 driveways. Is that
Usually the
correct?
idea with a minor subdivision is you have 4 new lots, each one shares a driveway with
Okay, so
another lot.
instead of having 4, you're gonna have 2.
Right.
Okay.
That's the idea for a minor subdivision.
Okay.
For something like this, we have an existing dwelling with 2 driveways.
Right, okay. So you're gonna share driveways, so.
Right, correct. The new lot will share the same driveway on 450 West, and we would like to keep the existing driveway on State Road 2.
Yeah, so 1 and 3 will share a driveway, and lot 2 and 4 will share a driveway.
Correct. 2 shared driveways and 1 driveway that still, like I say, exists on State Road 2 is what we're looking at.
Right. Okay, so you're in up with 2 driveways.
Yeah, that's cool. So I don't know why they
Yeah,
put
that's
you
what
on
I'm
that.
asking. That's what, yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I was a little confused, so. I'm surprised. But you're going to end up with 2 driveways. You're going to have 2 driveways.
only 2 driveways in this?
There'll be 3.
Okay, that's
We
fine.
There'll be
The
two-
existing one
two
on
for
State Road
the,
2.
Existing one, okay.
For the 3 new lots, and then there'll be 1 existing for the existing house.
Okay, so you're going to have 2 on Route 2.
There's only 1 driveway on State Road 2.
1 on Route 2 and 2 on
And that's existing.
450.
Can you come show them where the
Yeah,
driveways are
so,
gonna be on
okay,
this
yeah,
plat?
It's not on here.
I apologize, sir, like I say that.
Yeah, yes, you're going to have 1 here.
My employees
That's
can't
okay.
work as chair.
You're going to have 1.
So there's 1 existing
Yeah.
driveway here.
Yeah.
His existing driveway is going to go here. He's going to share it with this property here.
Yeah.
And then we'll have another shared driveway up here.
Okay. So you got
So then
3.
you do have, okay.
So you're going to have 3 driveways. Okay.
Right. 2, one of
Yeah.
which is existing, 2 of which are existing.
Yeah, I got you. All right,
So he's only allowed 2, so he wants 3.
He wants 3. Okay. Anything else, Christian?
No.
No, okay. Anything else, sir?
No.
No, okay. With that, I'd like to approve case DB-2024-34 with the understanding there will be three driveways, okay? 1 existing, okay? 1 and 3 lots,
Right.
and 1 for 2 and 4 lots.
Correct, sir.
Okay, so we got it straight.
Yeah.
Okay. And the length from the from the intersection to the driveways are within code? or
Those are within code, correct.
Within 300 feet or 250?
Correct.
Okay. You're approved.
Thank you so much.
And also, we could put the easement in there for the
Correct.
drainage.
We'll extend that
Yeah, I'm
drainage
sorry, you know what?
easement.
Thank you. Yeah, you have to extend, yeah, that has to be part of the minutes. It's to extend the easement to the property line.
Correct.
On the north end.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, next case, DB-2024-39. Applicant is Kevin, and we'll try to pronounce the last name. Oxidel, is that close? Oxidel, Karen, Dave.
Can you guys take your conversation outside, please? Thank
Karen,
you.
Dave Teasman, is it Krieger?
Krieger?
Krieger, okay. Project is Krieger Administrative Subdivision, 2 lots in Pleasant Township. Location is southwest corner of 600 South and 150 East. Zone is RR, acreage is 36.20. Request to allow a 112 by 60 accessory structure to be built prior to the primary structure and to be located between the primary structure and the right-of-way to be used for personal storage.
Good afternoon, I'm Dave Tiemans from Tiemans Land Surveying, 223rd Court, Demott, Caleb Oxendale.
609 Sunset Drive, California.
You're right, you talk soft like I do.
Sorry.
No, you have to speak up.
The microphones don't
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Caleb Oxendale, 609 Sunset Drive, California.
Mr. Oxendale is the applicant for, Mr. Kreiger is the owner of the subdivision. We recently went through the process for administrative subdivision. It's just under 36 acres, and we're dividing that into two lots. And we're going through the administrative subdivision process, since they're more than 5 acres and it's zoned RR. So we went through that process and have the approvals from both the planning and stormwater. And we showed on the plan on Lot 1, which is the lot that we're intending to build on first. Lot 2 is just a speculative lot. So Lot 1 is the lot Mr. Oxendale wants to build on. And on there you can see in the front there, right off of County Road 150 East, about 200 feet from the middle of the road, he'd like to put a barn. And we'd like to build that first. And I assume that's the reason for that is to help build the home after that. But nonetheless, you'd like to build that first and put that ahead of the principal residence, which would be all the way to the back. One of the reasons for the residence being all the way in the back is because that was where it was most conducive for soil borings and for a septic system. So that's one reason to have it located in that location. I don't know if you want to give any more information on the use of the barn and what you would envision it to look like, or if you have any information on that.
Basically, it's going to be an agricultural use barn. It's farmland, and it will be used for farm storage.
That's it?
There are, I did look around, and probably within a quarter mile or so, there are several other buildings or lots that have the accessory structure in front of the principal structure. I mean, it's not common, obviously, and it's not, there's a subdivision south of us, which, none of those have that, but there are other larger parcels like this one that would have the same condition. And this is, 14.5 acre lot. And we could do, be willing to make some additional improvements if that would entice or persuade a favorable outcome, but
That's it?
that's it.
Okay, it's a public hearing. Anybody want to speak in favor? Anybody want to speak in favor? Seeing none, anybody want to speak against, or have any questions? Seeing none, I'll close this public hearing. This is, you're right, this is unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is right. I mean, normally I have requests that they want to put a pole barn front yard on existing residence.
Correct. So this is a little bit unusual.
Prior to it, that's, and you have 1 acre, you have a lot of room to put the barn somewhere else. So I don't understand.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to get it far enough back based on where we need, unless we pump from the house to the septic field, because we kind of need to put the septic field on that ridge in the back. So the house, it makes more sense to put that next to the septic field. So that's kind of one of the reasons for that.
Where's the septic field? Yeah.
Do you show the septic fields on here?
Well, we show the soil borings, and obviously that's...
Oh, I see it right there. So you could put the pole barn on the north end of the property, right? Why can't you?
Yeah, you have to have a lot more driveway, and having it in the front just gets it out of the way for everyone else.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not a hardship. That's not a hardship. Hardship is that's the only place you can put it. And there's other, might be other reasons. I don't see it as a hardship at all. Not when you have another spot to put it. I don't, yeah. Could you put it there? I take it along the driveway. You want to be in the front yard? I just, And Mr. Stevens, you said you've seen others out there. I drove around there.
You go north on 150, there's a couple larger ones.
Is that a farm?
Pardon me?
Was that farming?
One of them's not, but one of them's a
Okay,
larger piece.
One's a farm.
Yep.
Yeah.
But again, it's still the same condition where the building is in front of the house.
Yeah.
And there's also a couple on Bones Ridge Road.
Yeah, well,
There are some in the county, it's
yeah,
just,
there's some there.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty few and far between, but I mean, there is some in this general approximate
Yeah.
area. And, you know, it's similar to those where it's a larger piece like this, where it's 14.5 units, over 10-acre parcel.
I mean, it's like Christie said, we do allow some if they meet the hardship factor. This, I don't see a hardship, you have another really two spots to it, actually. You have two spots, but
Well, the only spot that it could be would be to move the house significantly away from where the field is and put it to the north of the house. That'd be the only two options. Otherwise, it would still be in front of the house. Which then again would be adding, you know, I mean, yeah, we have a significant amount of driveway as it is, but now we'd be adding an extra 100 feet of driveway or whatever it is in order to get the barn in the back.
as
This
you
also
know,
makes it kind of, you know,
I'm sorry.
close to, you know, the road, whereas, you know, if you had it back there, then you'd have to drive, you know, 600 feet just to get to the road.
I have seen whole barns back 1,000 feet. People put driveways in.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not, I'm not saying you can't do it, I'm
Yeah,
just saying
it's a cost. It's a cost, but
it's a cost and it's more, proximity is more valuable at that location.
I just don't think it's the right fit for the area. You got that subdivision right there, it's just, yeah.
but if you want to move it somewhere, I would say continue the case and see if you can move it behind the house if you want it prior to your primary structure, because that's a different request, and you have a couple different requests on here. So I don't want them to deny the whole request if you're willing to move it somewhere to have it prior to your primary structure being built. Do you know what I'm saying?
Could we ask, I don't know what your feelings was, but could we just ask for one of the conditions to be granted, which would be constructing it prior to the primary residence?
I have to know the location.
Okay. Well, I mean, it would have to be, obviously it would be behind the house with only granting that one.
He wants to see it, so it has to be contingent.
Okay.
Or contingent upon it being behind the house and we show him.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's up to,
We would
it's up
just-
to him to make that motion.
If you're agreeing on that, you would just automatically agree that we are going to put it behind the house, provide you with the location, and ask only for the approval on the timing.
Once you stake out, just roughly stake out the house, where it's going to be, just stake out your new proposal, where you're going to have a pole barn. And I'll continue the case, I will come back out there. Okay, so if you do that. And now, your initial plan, the pole barn would be what, how many feet off? 150, is it 200 feet?
Right now, we show it 170 feet off the right-of-way line, so roughly 200 feet off the middle of the road.
200 feet, that's what I thought. Okay, I'd like to make a motion to continue case DB-2024-39 till the next meeting. And we contact staff, we have it staked out. And don't do a full stake out of the house, I'm not saying that, just 4 corners.
Right.
You know, just rough it, I mean, you know, don't get your survey equipment out there. I don't want that extra cost with it. Just go out there about where we're gonna have a house and where we're gonna have equipment.
Okay.
That's it, just 4 stakes each. Okay?
All right, sounds good, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let staff know when it's
Okay.
ready.
Yes, contact him.
Okay, next case, DB-2024-40, applicant Jason Strauss, location 715 North, 200 East, Valparaiso, zone RR, residential, acreage is 4, request to allow for a proposed 40 by 56 accessory structure to be built in front of the primary structure and allow an increase in maximum height from 20 feet to 22 feet to be used for personal storage.
Good afternoon, Jason Strauss. I reside at 715 North 200 East. As you stated, my proposal is to primarily put the whole barn structure at the front of the property. The reason being is the property itself is fairly narrow in width compared to its depth. And as the property goes from west to east, it slopes down, and it slopes considerably the further back you go towards a pond that's back there. Also, the location of the existing septic field for me is a challenge. I believe you saw it yesterday when you visited, but I got the county, when the septic field was put in initially, the septic field is 85 feet wide. If the septic field exists, or begins on the south at the property lines, that's 85 feet and only leaving 53 feet of width to put anything, or 48 rather, feet of width to put anything in there, including a driveway or a...
But that's, let me say, that 53 is all the way to the property line. Right.
48 to the property line.
So you really got less than that, which is good.
Exactly,
Yeah,
because
okay,
you've got the
I'll make sure
setback.
everybody understands. Okay.
The septic field itself is the age of the house, which is approximately 40 years. So if I ever had to do a new septic field, and I need space back there to have that flexibility. So the height is more about, I'm not 6 feet tall. If I want to put a small loft, storage loft inside the storage building, if I split the difference between interior height of 12 feet, I can't walk underneath. I don't have full walking height for a lower storage area and an upper storage area. Whereas if I have 2 additional feet, I can walk under the loft and walk on top of the loft. So that's the reason for my variance.
So public hearing, anybody want to speak in favor? Yes, sir.
My name is, you want me to come up here?
Doesn't matter.
Speak
My name
loud.
is Nathan Collins,
Okay.
721 North, 200 East, exactly 2 doors north of the Strauss.
Okay.
I'm not sure that you made it clear that to get any equipment back to, say, the backside where he would have to move the septic field would be nearly impossible because of the terrain and the other property boundaries. Basically, physically impossible to get equipment in the back. The proposed structure will be hidden from the street. Probably about 50 foot of dense woods. Correct me if I get lost, I didn't measure, but about 50 feet of dense woods.
128 feet.
Okay. You would not be able to see it from the street or from the south side. And of course, there's nobody or nothing to the east side. It's Carlson Pond back there, a drainage pond, basically. So the only 2 people that could ever see it would be the next door neighbors and myself, my wife and myself. And basically we're for it because there's no reason to be opposed. Most of those structures are nice looking and probably even better than much better than other places that I've seen. Also, directly across the street from his property is a metal building, and I'm just thinking, I believe it's larger than what you have proposed, or at least about the same size, comparable, and it only sits 30 feet off the road, something like that, very close to the road, and none of the neighbors, including myself, have any issue with that at all.
Thank you.
If there's anything that comes up for questions, I'd be glad to do that, but there's no reason for the neighbors to oppose it.
Thank you. Anybody else, any comments? Any concerns or against, any comments? I'm opposed to public hearing? Okay. Yes, your property slopes to the back, right there, as we talked yesterday. Okay. And your neighbor to the north, you're to the south, right?
Sorry?
You're south or you're north neighbor?
North.
Okay, so you can see that, you can see exactly your pole barn.
Absolutely.
You don't have a problem with that?
Correct.
Okay. How about the south neighbor? Did they sign?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, they signed, so they were contacted. Okay.
Excuse me for, they couldn't see it anyway,
Okay.
if that's what you're talking about. I have a little trouble.
No, that's fine, you're fine. Okay. In your comment, we see it's screened by those trees. It's only screened in the summer. In the wintertime, when the leaves are gone, you can see it. Believe
There's
me.
a number of evergreens.
Okay, we can't be, we're not, it's not a rebuttal.
No, it's not rebuttal. It's not rebuttal. You
I'm
you
lost.
talk-
It's not rebuttal.
It's not a conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
It's, we hear this a lot about, you know, if we can't see it, well, yeah.
And
Six months you can't see, it, and we talked yesterday
Sure.
about, that, you know.
Understand.
And, there is one right there, directly across the street. It's almost don't be parallel, lined up, you know.
Yeah.
And that was approved, okay? And I understand you do have a hardship, okay?
I feel I do.
Yeah, you do. So there would be some stipulations for approval. You know, we talked, I think, a little bit yesterday about some type of screening,
Mhm.
arborvitae or something like that. I think you need, okay?
Very easy to do.
Yeah. Where would you do that? Yeah, on the...
It would be on that north wall. Obviously, I want to see it from my house, but
Yeah.
on the north wall, that the neighbors can see.
The north wall?
Yeah.
Okay.
Parallel to the driveway.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah, your doors don't face your house, right?
Correct.
Okay. See, I was hoping for the L-shaped, screening, and so it'd be the north and the west wall, arborvitae,
That,
right? Is that, am I saying right, west?
well, it almost backs up to that woods on the west side, probably
Okay, how-
20 feet.
yeah. How close
This
is it
is
gonna be?
north, south,
Yeah. This is west? Yeah,
north, south.
okay.
I can show you.
Yeah, because he has one right across the street from one, right?
Right here.
Well, that's one across the street?
Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna line up right with that one, okay.
So the
Yeah.
trees would be, I would say the trees are here.
Yeah,
But the woods, I've cleared, what I've cleared is, the woods is approximately there. And this is entirely woods
okay.
in this area.
So you're gonna put...
Yeah, this is
Arbor-
the woods here.
I would put arborvitae along this north side here,
Okay.
and the garage door would be...
Yeah, face your house.
Yes.
You can't see that through the trees in the wintertime? Can you see your neighbors?
I don't believe I can.
Yeah.
The road is also elevated, the road is below
Yeah.
the grade of the property. If I stand on the road,
Okay.
it is
Okay.
up here.
All right. So how many arborvitae are you...
Well, whatever it would take to
To screen the whole wall?
create a wall. Obviously, it'd take a few years to grow in.
Oh, yeah, you might get, you go to Costco, buy a 6 foot,
Yeah.
they're reasonable.
Instant wall.
But I think it grows up to, well, you can buy different ones, 12 feet, whatever.
Sure.
What's it gonna be used for?
Primarily a hobby wood shop, but about 2/3 of it would be storage.
What type of hobby for?
A hobby wood shop.
Wood shop?
Yep.
What type of wood shop?
Woodworking.
We got a new situation in the county, and it's something new to us, that's why I'm asking about a wood shop.
Oh, woodworking, making furniture,
Saga,
a
was it saw?
No,
a table saw.
No, the
so
table
the-
saw, no.
We have a saw built in front of.
Oh, no.
saying that it's a wood.
This is
it's a wood
inside.
shop. It's
I'm
a
like,
wood
hang
shop.
on. This guy just put an extension on his pole barn, and
No,
it's like,
this would
okay, wait a
be
minute.
Wood.
enclosed.
Wood hobby too.
Yeah, that's why.
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
You won't be a business.
It will not be a business.
You have to sign document.
I did sign it.
It won't be living quarters.
No. Only power going to it.
So with that, I will approve case DB-2024-40 with the understanding, you will screen with arborvitae if it's complete screening wall. So if it's every 3 feet center, whatever, so you grow together like a wall.
I understand.
So whatever, you understand. And how high? Because you buy minis, and they never grow tall.
Well, enough to, if the sidewall of the pole barn is 14 feet, and I buy 6-foot trees, and they, you know.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah, make sure, you got 6 foot, you buy.
I'll start with taller trees.
Well, whatever you want to, they cost some money, but
Sure.
that's the most reasonable ones, but
Yeah.
just don't take the real tough. So. Okay, so, you're gonna screen be the north wall,
Yes.
okay? And it will be used for personal storage and your personal, woodworking hobby shop, okay? And, it will be, that location you're showing, pretty much?
Yeah, I might move it 6 feet to the south. It's still within the...
Into the woods more?
Tuck it in more.
Okay.
Once I opened up the ground, I need to move it. I could live with where you saw the stakes, but I prefer to move it south approximately 10 feet.
This one. And you won't need a variance for that, will you? Will you be into the property?
No. I am 15 feet from the easement, or from the setback.
And you're 30 feet, yeah, about 30 feet from the
From the
property
boundary,
line,
yeah.
about 50, yeah.
Yeah, so I've got...
So you got a little bit of
2 feet
room,
there,
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, here, okay, I see,
Yeah.
you got room.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, you can go to 6 feet. Okay, that's about it. And then, the height be 22 feet, I don't have a problem with that. You know, what's helping him, your neighbor has one directly across the street.
And I got good other
Yeah,
neighbors.
you got good neighbors, you got good neighbors. We don't hear that often, so, okay. So, with that, you're approved.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Good luck.
Congratulations.
Next case, DB-2024-41.
I've never strained so hard in my life.
I know, I can tell you, yeah. Applicant is Rich Gosling.
Congratulations.
Pronounce that correctly. Location 477 North, 400 East, Valparaiso, Indiana. Zonings RR, acreage 2.5. Request to allow reduction in side yard setback from required 15 feet to 10 feet for the proposed 30 by 64 accessory structure to be used for personal storage.
Yeah, Rich Gadzik, 477 North, 400 East, Valpo, 46383. So seeking a variance to reduce the side setback due to existing conditions. On the south side of the property, there is a gas line easement, so I'm unable to build a driveway and a barn on that side. On the north side of the property, there is the existing pump tank and septic line that runs out to the field. So in order to get the 30 by 64 building to fit within the setback, the 10 feet required from the septic pump tank to the property line, we had to move it 5 feet closer to the property line.
That's it. Okay, public hearing, anybody want to speak in favor?
I'm in favor.
State your
Mary-
name, yes, state your name.
Yeah. It's Mary Reed, R-E-I-D. My address is 477 North, 414 East, Valparaiso.
To your neighbor.
Yeah, it's the back of his property.
Okay. Well, thank you. Anybody else want to speak? Seeing none? Nobody wants to speak against either? What are you gonna use it for?
Personal storage. I've got 72 Chevelle and a 72 Camaro that are right now in the garage, and we're having a baby, and the wife's like, get them out so I can fit my family vehicle in there. So the intent is I got a trailer and the 2 cars that go in the garage.
And size not an issue in these locations, I think you do have that size.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm under the square footage requirement based on the acreage.
Can't be used for business and yours, that's
No
the
business.
living quarters.
I go to the local.
The only thing I see, I bring to your attention is, you're real close to those pine trees.
There's one pine tree and there's a couple that aren't pine.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
And they're coming out.
You don't take them out.
It
helps screens it, that's why I'm bringing that up.
Yeah, I mean, the intent is to put something back in, but right now we stare at the neighbor next to us on the north side of her. She's got a detached 4-car structure, so we stare at that. There's really no line of sight from their house because that blocks where the barn's going to be.
That's what that's my concern when I see that, I bet you're gonna take some trees out.
Yeah, yeah, they're just too big to try and get it removed. I hate, there's a couple of little plants that are gonna have to come out just because of the position, but, they're just too big.
You can't jog her over a little bit, or?
I get about 2 feet of play between where the building is and where I can't exceed and get too close to the septic. And septic on the survey estimated. I had
You gotta be 10 feet away, right?
yeah, so if I put the building where I'm proposing a variance, I have 2 feet of play, gives me roughly 12 feet of septic. So, yeah, it's just, unfortunate. I mean, I intend to, you know, make it look nice, I'm not gonna just be.
Can you put some pine trees back, arborvitae, the ones that are narrow, real straight up?
I can try, yeah, I just don't want anything to do with the foundation.
I'm concerned about, you don't see it. Now you won't, because you got a row of pine trees there, and other trees.
True, I mean, you would see the back half, because the part of it's gonna stick
Yeah.
out like 20 feet behind it. But, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna look at putting, you know, some kind of flower bed on that side and putting some kind of landscaping in. I just don't wanna put anything that's gonna have roots, that's gonna, you know, play with the foundation.
Yeah. So is there agreement to put something back in there, or some type of trees, or, no?
I mean, there's no official agreement, but, I mean, I don't want the property to be, to have any kind of loose value, and I don't obviously want neighbors to be concerned about it, so.
I think the only concern is, you know, if neighbors start thinking, hey, you got pine trees there, they're not gonna see it. Now the pine trees come down, they're gonna see, and now they're gonna say, hey, I didn't know. You know, the pine trees were coming down, I can see it. That's why I'm bringing
But,
that up.
I mean,
That's
from
why I'm
a
bringing it up.
zoning perspective, I own the property, so I can cut the pine trees anytime I want, right?
You could, when you're asking for variance.
Sure,
When
sure.
we ask for variance, we put the stipulations on.
Sure, sure,
And
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what- and that's what
The
thought
problem,
was-
I don't wanna put anything too big over there, because there will be a flat. There's gonna be flat, and I'm probably gonna have some kind of car lift in there.
I don't know, I'm talking about, I understand where you're coming from. Flat. This is on the side of the building.
Correct, on the side of the building, but anything with a big tree structure is gonna cause issues with the foundation, and if I put a car lift in there, I don't want anything happening with the foundation.
Arborvitae's don't have a large foundation, that's why not.
Okay, and yeah, that's fine, I don't
No
know
big
anything
root
about trees.
system, no big.
I'm an electrical engineer, so.
Oh, okay. No, arborvitae's is.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Now, the regular pine trees, like
Yeah.
what's in there now,
Sure.
they got a heck of a root system.
Yeah, I mean, definitely we can put something in.
I will, yeah,
Yeah.
I will feel better.
Sure.
Just gonna take those out.
Sure, no problem.
Okay, all right. So I will approve that, EV-2024-41 be approved with you understanding that sign the documents, okay? That won't be no living quarters and equal personal storage. And you replace those pine trees with arborvitae. Fair enough? Yeah, just try to screen it on that,
Yeah, definitely.
on the neighbor side.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
During planting season, we will definitely, I'm not gonna put, you know, I don't know when this is all gonna be done, but I will definitely, we will get it in there,
Yeah.
you know, by the time we're done.
Yeah.
So I'll make sure it's not there.
Okay. Anything else?
Mm-mm.
You're approved.
Thank you so much, appreciate it.
Yes, sound like you got some nice cars.
Yep, that's why we moved out this way, so having a baby and, feed the family.
Good for you. Yeah, anything else in front of us? Maybe adjourn.